Hey guys, I just came out here to make a little video. I sort of followed my gut. I should be studying right now, but I thought, screw it, I'll follow my intuition, which I always talk about people should be trusting more often and stuff like that to make a video. So I came outside and I was just previously studying stuff on ecosystem disturbance, and so I just wanted to talk about I've always thought that basically environmental disturbance usually means that there's a disturbance in your mind, because your environment usually reflects your mind state and vice versa. So an example of this type of thing, which is pretty interesting, is stuff such as basically you can be pissed off and angry all the time or something, and part of that, or depressed or something, and part of that may be actually due to the fact that you're not getting the right foods, like certain types of fats like omega-3 fats, and not enough vitamin D and stuff, and both those things have been shown to lower stress tremendously, and not only lower stress but improve your memory, all sorts of stuff, and your mood and all that stuff. So pretty much what I wanted to get at is, usually when people have some sort of emotional issue in their mind, it is usually because it is like they're sort of living, and this happens to me, it happens to everybody, we're acknowledging something that is not actually real and is not a part of our so-called physical reality. So when like a lot of times, you guys may have heard of this before, but like someone breaks up with somebody in a relationship, and yeah, of course they are sad, they will miss the person, and then there's the other part where like sometimes people get so sad and they're angry and all sorts of things, and then, well, why is that? Why do they get sad? And that's basically because there is some sort of irrational non-reality that is in that person's head. We've all been, it's all happened to us before, when people leave or go or whatever, we get sad or mad or whatever it is. But really, if that person is physically love, and we are love, and that's all we are, and that's all the universe is a bunch of love, then how could we really get mad? We must be holding on to something that's not real, like the belief that they are ours or something, or they are some fictional sort of notion that doesn't actually exist, like again, like they're, oh, this is my boyfriend, my girlfriend, my whatever, you know, like it's not yours. It is everything. You are everything. You already are them. You can't lose them because they are already in you. So it makes no sense to sort of have this mentality. Basically, all mentalities can be fixed due to, or from one simple notion of believing in the law of one universe, one love, one everything. If you believe you are one, then you cannot find flaws in the universe, because that would just admit that you are flawed, and if you're flawed or whatever is perfect, then you are perfect and you're flawed or whatever. Hopefully I'm making sense here, but so like we see these things often. People get upset for various reasons. Something happens, like someone spills a drink on their new clothes or something, and they get extremely ticked off, start flipping out, they get really stressed. And why? well, they may have worked hard for that shirt or whatever it is, but really, in terms of my philosophical opinion, there is really no such thing as working hard. You can feel everything. You may feel certain physical aspects of your body being worked when doing something, but it doesn't mean you're working hard. There's no such thing as working hard, because everything is already done in a sense. You have been born and the universe is laid out for you. You can just simply navigate it in ways you wish and do what you will, but there's to put in work almost would require that you are sort of creating something from scratch, creating something new, which to us we create new things, but to the universe is there. We can't create new things because everything is everything else and everything exists in itself, and therefore there is no work. We have fun doing things and we call it work, but it's basically what I'm getting at is the universe is stress-free. Like I know philosophically and definitively, I guess you could say, like if everything is love, then I've never had stress a day in my life. And this mentality that keeps me going so easily and to be pretty much probably one of the most least stressed out people I know, or the most stress free, is that because I can know that everything is one and everything is love, I can't simply get stressed over anything because everything is everything else, so it would make no sense. If you got stressed at someone littering, then you could get stressed at a tree for being alive, because a litter is a piece of tree technically. And this is something that sounds crazy, but this is actually proven by this mathematical formula called fractals, which is basically an analogy for explaining the universe as a set of Russian dolls. So if you crack open a Russian doll, there's an identical version of itself inside. So when you start looking at this, there's some really interesting comparisons. If you look at what a sperm and an egg are, egg is physical material in which information enters and allows the physical process to grow. A sperm is actually a genetic blueprint or information, right? And when they connect, they begin to make this transformation. And what is the sun and what is the earth? Well, the earth is physical material which allows life to grow, and the sun is actually not only information, but it's light, and light is information, and those two are a direct comparison of how fractals work and how the universe works. Sun is sperm, earth is egg. Combine the two and you get living organisms. And so there's more comparisons to this when you break it down again and look at just the earth. The earth inhales and exhales every year. The earth has veins, rivers, it has electromagnetic fields, like pulses that we sort of have too, or that we do have, and all sorts of interesting similarities. And so our hearts, they beat. The earth has a pulse basically, or a resonant frequency, and not only that, but when you break it down further, then you look at our human body, and we are one body, we are one universe unto ourselves. And then basically when you look at that, there are actually 50 trillion individual little entities or beings that are their own organism making you up. And we hear this in science class, that we're made up of living cells, but we never really take the time to sort of understand or think about what that means. You are not a single being. You are a community of trillions of living organisms, not only just the cells, but of thousands of species of bacteria and all sorts of things that help keep you alive, basically. It's a pretty incredible thing to think about. once you realize that you are simply just a walking community. Literally, you are an entire organization, a country, a nation of living, breathing things. When you look at your body, what it does, it respires, it breathes in, breathes out, excretes waste, it grows, it needs nutrition. So do every single one of the living cells in your body, basically. So looking at this stuff really helps you live a more stress-free life and mitigates a lot of disturbance in the natural environment once you have this mentality. Like, because a lot of people, like we've all heard, people try to fill the voids in their lives with materialism, a lot of like horrible cosmetic products are produced, etc., toxic stuff that basically can like harm a lot of different stuff, harm humans, harm animals, because of all the toxicity in their makeup or whatever. Kind of rambled there for a sec, but so like I'll tell you my story. I used to get pretty bummed out and disturbed, I guess you could say, by environmental videos and stuff like that, because they're pretty like horrible. They paint a bleak picture, and then you look at stuff and you realize that, wait, like I am that stuff. It can't stress me out. It's all good stuff. Like I used to hear the word, as many of you do, you'd hear toxic or something, or climate change, and you get like an uneasy feeling in your stomach or whatever it is. You're like, oh, that's not good. But there is nothing that is not good, because if something is not good, then you are not good, and we know we're love, and everything is love, so nothing can be not good, basically. So yeah, having this sort of law of one mentality really just helps you out and lets you live a much more stress-free life. When you live stress-free, your health improves. So many things are improved, and basically your intelligence can improve because you can think better. Your muscles heal quicker, all sorts of things. So this is a pretty cool part of the forest near my school, and I'll be back if I have some more stuff to say. I kind of am drawing a blank right now, but hopefully I'll get back to you guys and talk more about this kind of stuff. So peace.